Welcome to a review of week 2 and what we are going to be doing for week 3 of the Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction Program, MBSR, the brainchild of Dr. Jon Kabat-Zinn. So we've just finished our meeting to do our review of what's come up with us in week 2. So in week 2, it's very easy to follow the Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction Program by Palouse Mindfulness. Dave Potter, thank you so much for putting Jon Kabat-Zinn's 8-week program online, available to all of us, free of charge. And now here we are. If you just go to At a Glance in this menu, it will give you the week-by-week breakdown. So in week 2 that we've just finished, we were exposed to a lot of concepts around mindfulness, how we focus on one thing and we may not see what's going on in the periphery. The monkey business video demonstrated that very well. Mindfulness practice, mindful meditation in the brain and how it affects us, how meditation can reshape our brain, coming to our senses. And one of my favorites by Andy Puddicombe. Thank you, Andy, for reinforcing the idea that mindfulness doesn't take long. We can do it in 10 mindful minutes a day. We can do it in 1 mindful minute a day. The key is to find something that works for you. Key, one of my favorite acronyms, keep educating yourself. Find what works for you, what you're going to be able to do every day. The reading meditations, I found myself cramming those right at the end as we were getting ready for our call because I didn't have time to do the readings. But you can do those readings if you need to catch up. The practice sheets, we talked about that on the meeting. Most people don't use them. So if you are the type who likes to review and write it down, then by all means, you'll find those practice sheets helpful. And there's some supplementary materials related to this week's topic, which was all about introduction to sitting meditation. Right off the bat, I felt a wall go up for me just at that thought. Because for me, sitting meditation doesn't work. I have a difficult time staying seated or even standing for extended periods of time. I like to have the flexibility, like right now, I'm really uncomfortable in this seated position. So for me, my meditations are all done in this. I've got a chaise lounge behind me here in the office, and it affords me a really nice, comfortable position. So you need to find what works for you when you're doing these meditations. And again, trying to maintain and manage the judgments that pop up for me every time I read something that I disagree with. So that's why we are meeting here every week to talk about the challenges that are coming up for us, because we are now considered to be the most stressed, depressed, overweight, overmedicated population in history. So it's really important. And now we're all, as a society, suffering from PTSD, post-COVID years, where we were all isolated and disconnected. So there is a lot to be said for connecting here every week for accountability and peer support. We're heading into week 3. So all you have to do is just go over here to your side menu from At a Glance, week 3. And what are we doing? We're getting an introduction to yoga. Oh, how are you feeling about yoga? And dealing with our thoughts. That's all we're doing here, is instead of ruminating in the past or trying to fortune tell into the future, we're bringing ourselves into the present moment, reminding ourselves that we just have to navigate 24 hours at a time. Remember, we humans in North America, 4,264 weeks. That's our average lifespan. That's 82 years that we people are expected to live. And, so for me being in my 60s, it's more like a tick-tock in my mind for sure. But all I can do is stay focused on today. I'm sure you've heard me talk about my cup of life and death. This is what I do every day to stay focused on 24 hours. I have this little cup. And at the end of my day, when I've balanced my books and I have come to terms that I have done everything I can do for the day, I take the cup, I turn it upside down. I go to bed and go to sleep, and I'm not expecting to wake up in the morning, right? I mean, that is a powerful practice. When I wake up in the morning, I turn the cup upside. I say my gratitude. Thank you for another day, another 24 hours. Let me be an instrument of your peace. Guardian angels, guide me with your wisdom. I need your help every day. And give thanks for all the blessings, thankfully, that I'm still relatively able-bodied, even though I'm uncomfortable sitting and standing for extended periods of time. But, you know, I'm comfortable walking. I still have good mobility. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gratitude is a powerful practice, and I try to incorporate that into my day every day. This is all about you. What can you do every day? It's all about you. It's okay. Remember the airplane analogy. When that mask falls down in front of us, when we're traveling in that metal tube, what are we instructed to do? You need to put the mask on yourself first before you can help anyone, even if you've got a little baby sitting next to you. You got to put the mask on yourself first. It's a difficult concept for we people living in the Western world, right? Because we are programmed to provide and perform. So here we are, week 3, dealing with our thoughts, introduction to yoga. If you don't like yoga, go for a walk. Do a walking meditation. Do some wall Pilates. I'm kind of into that now. It helps me work different muscles that are a little better practice for me than yoga. So as usual, we've got our videos down here. We've got 5 videos to watch, 5 different readings to watch. You can do the practice sheets if you want. And there's some supplementary materials related to this week's introduction to mindfulness-based stress reduction. Every day, we are reintroducing ourselves to this practice because it is practice. What we practice grows stronger. You need to find what's going to work for you and then do it every day. We show up, we do the work, and voila, just like that, we now have mindfulness in our lives. And we don't have to sit in a lotus position with our fingers together, chanting. That doesn't have to be what mindfulness means. You make it work for you. May the force be with you. And remember, you are the force. See you soon.